Audio ready? Interviewee ready?
Yes.
All right, we're ready.
Welcome to Voices from the Front Lines. It's your host, Eric Mann. You're on KPFK, 90.7 FM in Los Angeles. And I'm here interviewing Raquel. Last name?
Anderson.
Raquel Anderson. Raquel, coming to Mississippi, hearing about this, when was the first time you experienced the awareness of being black and being discriminated against?
I would say the first time for me actually experiencing this type of stuff would be like I was in about the 5th grade and I had a substitute teacher, and she would make remarks she would say things like call us porch monkeys and would call us monkeys and things like that, until I finally decided I would tell the principal, because she was just an oncoming substitute teacher. She was there for about a couple weeks or so. So they decided to move her to an 8th grade class, and it just so happened that my brother was in her class, and she said something to the effect of like all black people has AIDS or something like that. And me being a 5th grader, I didn't know like exactly what racism was, but I knew it wasn't right. And that was just something that always stuck with me, and that's what really made me not treat people that way, because I felt embarrassed and I was mad and I was angry, so I didn't want other people to feel that way.
Did she make you feel bad about yourself?
Yes.
Right?
She made me feel very bad. She made me feel as if I was embarrassed to be who I was, and her as an adult, she shouldn't make a child feel that way. So I'm just, now that I'm looking back on it, it was something wrong with her, and it's not anything wrong with me. It's her thinking and it's her doing. She should be embarrassed of her actions, and I shouldn't be embarrassed about something that I was born with and something that I can't change.
Well, sometimes we call it the gift of consciousness, which is some things are done to you, like I'm a Jew, and I was spit on for being a Jew and called a Jew bastard and beat up. It's a terrible experience, but in retrospect, I appreciate it because it showed me how rotten the system was, and I realized I wanted to fight. I didn't want to put up with this, and I think you got to fight back, you know, because that's when you feel better about yourself. And as you said, you have to, if you read more, so do you read history?
Yes. Going to a school in the inner city, I have no choice but to read history. I have no choice to be aware of my surroundings, because I don't want my nieces and my nephews growing up not knowing where they came from or not knowing their history. So it's important to me to let them know that this happened and these people did this to change history. So history is very important to me.
Have you ever heard of a book called The Wretched of the Earth by Frantz Fanon?
No.
Check it out. It's all about how the oppressor plays with the minds of the oppressed, and how the oppressed have to switch the game.
Exactly.
Which is exactly what you said. You have to switch the game on that teacher. Now, where do you want to go with this? Because you can be angry, you can have a bad experience. What's the game plan?
Like, learning all this stuff for me is just really something that I would take to college with me going off in the fall. I know I will probably start some type of little committee in the community of Appleton, because I know there are not a lot of minorities in the city of Appleton. So this would just be a way for me to get them involved in their community and help them change things that they don't see, which is right. And this will also help me once I go back to Milwaukee. This will help me educate my family and let them know what I've learned.
Well, there's another book I recommend, because I wrote it. It's called Playbook for Progressive, 16 Qualities of the Successful Organizer, because you have an organizer's mind already. You're saying, I'm going to go to Appleton, you're thinking ahead, and I'm going to form a committee, which doesn't even exist yet, right? But it exists in your mind, right? And the book will encourage you to act on what's called your vision.
Exactly.
Sometimes you can envision something that didn't exist yet. So it'll give you more time to think about. One of the things I would say is, what would be the first move you make in this hypothetical group you're going to form?
The first thing I will look at is what are the different things that are offered to minorities in the city of Appleton. That's one of the biggest issues, because as I visited there, I didn't see a lot of community like organizers. I've seen like a lot of gardens and things like that, but I haven't seen like any groups that focuses on the minorities and what they want to do in the community. So that's one thing I will try to work on and hopefully get to work on once I get there.
And one suggestion I give you is just find one other militant black person and 2 people as a group. 2 people can cause all kinds of help. One is hard. So your first job as an organizer
Find someone just
is
like
to find
me.
someone just like you. That we have a slogan saying, I'm looking for the people that were looking for me. So when you find her or him, they're going to go, oh, I've been looking for you. So congratulations. I think you're going to do great.
Thank you so much.
Okay.